Hello my friends, just another video again on the pressure cooker. Just wanted to show you how I do it. Can you see the minimum measurement inside? So I'll fill it up to that. Potatoes are in there, the carrots are going in there. And as soon as the valve pops up and I switch it on, I will turn the temperature down, but I'll let it hiss away for about 30 seconds just to make sure that pressure's nice and high, so it will keep the valve up. Because if you turn it down too soon, the valve will go down and you'll have to start your timing again. So you just need to get that sweet spot. So I'm just going to pop the lid on. Oh Christ. Right, you see on top, that little button there, there's a measure, there's a, not a measure, little icons on it. It needs to be on that one there. That other one, you only use that when you need to release the pressure, so that you can open it. You can leave it closed and it will drop the pressure on its own, but it takes a bit longer. So that's what that's all about, my friends. Got the back one on the highest it will go. The front one is going to go on the highest it will go. It's just cabbage. That one will go on for about 8 minutes, and this one will be on at the same time. I'm going to put on now. I need to put some salt in it actually. A little salt in there. So I'll turn that on as well. So we do it with the lid on. Why? Because it doesn't take as long to boil, because the steam staying in there, it's not all coming out, the temperatures stay in there instead of coming out into the air. So that will be going on. This is on at the same time as that. I will put a timer on that one. Let's say about 8 minutes, and this will just stay on, and by the time the pressure's dropped in that, this will be cooked. So we'll just wait. I'll just keep my eye on the time. 1 minute, 11 minutes past 5. So we just want to see how long it takes for that pressure to pop up. So I'll keep my eye on that. I'm just waiting for everything now. I've got the beef resting. I've got the roast potatoes in the Ninja while the beef is resting. Never done beef in the Ninja before, so it's a bit of a learning curve. So I'm just going to leave it to rest as long as possible. Something else you might have noticed is with my cabbage, I only put in a quarter. This is something I learned at school. I only need a quarter of water, because if you keep the lid on, the steam isn't escaping. So you don't need, keep the lid on, you don't need it all full. Why would you need it full? You don't, and it saves money because it doesn't take as long to heat the water, because you've got less of it. So that's one money saving tip for you, saving energy. Another tip is to, if you've got a log burner, to boil a kettle on the log burner and use that to put in your pans. Save the water in an insulated jug like this, so you've always got hot water on hand. I usually cook my beef in the slow cooker because it's cheaper and it comes out lovely. However, I forgot this morning, so that's why I've used the Ninja. So I'm a bit, it could be too rare, I don't know. I've never roasted it for a long time. I always use a slow cooker for beef because it's better, it's tastier, you get the stock because you cook it in the water so you get the stock. So I have 2 days worth of stock when I do it in the slow cooker. I freeze one batch and use the other. See, this is starting to boil now, steaming. So I'll turn this one down. Now you might be wondering why I haven't put the cabbage in there. Potatoes and carrots, as I say, they take about maximum, you'd put them on, is 10 minutes. But the carrot, they don't need that long. I'd say 8 minutes is enough in the pressure cooker. If I put the cabbage in the pressure cooker with everything else, it would be totally ruined because it won't take as long. The cabbage doesn't take as long to cook as that. So it will come out all mushy and overcooked. It won't be very nice. It's the same with broccoli and florets, cauliflower. It doesn't take as long to cook and it will come out all washed out, overcooked mush. It's not nice. So we're just waiting for this now as I've been talking. That's probably about 4 minutes. So it's just coming to pressure. You can see it's steaming now. That will pop up anytime. Can you hear it? Let me just show you closer up for those people that have asked. Can you hear? Right, now that's popped up. So I'm going to leave that. I'm just going to say 30 seconds. Why? Because that pressure needs to be built up enough to maintain it. So I'm just leaving that 30 seconds and then I will turn it down. I'm going to turn it down halfway. So my hob goes up to 19, so I'm going to put it on to 10. If it starts pissing and hissing, I will turn it down a little bit more because it's not necessary. You could just turn it down just another 1 or 2. So I'm just waiting for that now. It will start to go a bit off its head, which is fine. I'm going to put that on half now and I'm going to put on a timer for, I'll say 8 minutes. Another thing you've got to keep in mind with this is it will continue to cook once you've turned it off. So remove it from the heat. You don't need to keep it on the heat. Just get rid of it, move it to one side and then let the pressure drop. So that's cooking away inside nicely. It's on 10, halfway down. You see that has continued to stay up and that's what you want. If that goes down, you can't time it from that because the pressure needs to be constant. If that falls in now, you'd have to start the timing again, which is why I say leave it for about 30 seconds with that up on full, because you know that pressure is enough, you know that is built up enough inside. So that's that now. So that's on 8, that's stable. The cabbage is on half as well, that's stable, and that will be cooking. I don't need a timer on that because I'll just use the other one, the other timer. I'm just cooking now. I'm going to have a look at the roast potatoes in a minute and see how they're doing. The pressure cooker's going to go off in a minute. I would just turn the hob off completely because it's got a setting in it, this hob, that it's got timer. You can have a timer on each hob. So that one's turned itself off and this one should be done now, this cabbage. Do you mind? Still waiting. Waiting for the valve. So as you're waiting, you do other jobs. Gravy's made. I'll drain the cabbage. Drain the cabbage. Now I'm going to use something that copied off my mum. And keep glancing over to the cooker just to make sure it hasn't fallen. So I'm going to chop the cabbage. Now, I know it's got the potential to blunt my knife, but this is too big for anything really, so that's fine, I don't care. I've got another big one that I use if I need to. I'll put a bit of black pepper on it. Roasters. Still waiting for the pressure to drop. Add butter if you want. I'm not going to. Still waiting for this cooker. Right, it's fell down. It's dropped. The pressure has dropped. Okay, so this will come off now. You only need one hand for this. I am going to take the carrots out and put them in with the cabbage just to keep them warm. I'm going to use a wooden spoony thing to take it out. Make sure it doesn't tip though. That'll go in there with the lid on so everything is kept as warm as it can be. Potatoes there. They will be drained into the colander. Go back in there to be mashed. Excuse me, you're on a bit of a slope. Right. Mashed potatoes. That's not slipping around on there because of the towel underneath giving it the grip. Right, so I'm going to put some butter. Butter and some milk. Just glug method. A dollop. Splash of milk. Doesn't really matter what order you put them in, to be honest.